I wish the winter days were longer by Phoebe Bunny. It's not fair, said Haley. What's not fair, darling? Asked Haley's mom. Right now, it's my favorite time of year, but it gets dark so early, said Haley. I don't get to play outside for as long. Why can't it be the same as summer, where the days are long? Why can't summer have the short days and winter have long days? I'd like that better. I don't even like swimming that much. I'd rather have hot cocoa and snowball fights. Haley's mom thought for a moment. You know, she finally said, in some places, the days are pretty much the same length all year round. Really? Yep, but those places are warm. I don't even think those places get snow. In other places, it's nighttime pretty much the entire winter. I think we're lucky to live where we are, dear. Haley didn't really believe that could be possible. How could some places be stuck in nighttime while the rest of the world was having daytime? She thought Mom was probably just making something up to make her feel better. She was sweet and quite imaginative like that. That night, Haley would go to bed still wondering about this whole day-night business. She was still incredulous at some of what her mom had told her, but she could not really picture how it would work in her head. Good morning, sunshine, said Haley's mom. Her mom was looking down at her, and in the weirdest outfit, too. Good morning, Mom? What are you wearing? Asked Haley. This is my spacesuit. Standard issue. Now, hurry up and float on out of bed, because we need to get you suited up, too, because I have a surprise for you. Haley kicked her blankets off and up into this futuristic room she found herself in. She did indeed float out of bed. Mom helped her into the suit. They popped on their matching helmets at the same time. Mom then held her hand out towards her daughter. Are you ready? Come on, I want to show you something. Haley looked down and then around the room for a second. She looked back at her mom and she nodded. Yes. She was nervous. Who wouldn't be after waking up in a space station? But she trusted her mom. She took her mother's hand. Mom pressed a big red button on the wall, and at once an orange light flashed a few times, and a little siren sort of noise whirred for a second, and then, whoosh! The door in front of them opened, and the air went rushing out. Together, the pair floated out into space. Haley's eyes adjusted. Out in front of her was the Earth. The whole, entire, real Earth. Off to the side, far away but enormously huge, was the sun. Haley and her mom took in the view for a moment. Eventually, Haley's mom spoke up. This is what I wanted to show you. It's beautiful. Look, imagine a straight line from the sun straight to the Earth. Do you notice anything interesting, dear? Haley looked. She pointed at the sun and drew a straight imaginary line all the way to Australia? She tried again but ended up in the same place. She'd expected the straight line to hit the middle, the equator. The sun, said Mom, is shining mostly on the southern half, the southern hemisphere. It's more than it's shining on our half right now. See how the Earth is sort of tilted? Since the sun is above the southern hemisphere right now, that hemisphere is getting more light. Haley noticed the tilt now, too. She watched as the Earth slowly rotated. The South Pole rotated, but it rotated in place and was staying in the sun the whole time. If each rotation was a day, that meant the penguins there were constantly in the daytime. At the same time, her home continent up north was rotating into the light a little bit later and rotating out of the sunlight a little bit earlier than the places down south. Shorter days. The North Pole was rotating in place too, but it was in the dark the whole time, never moving into the sunshine. It really was nighttime for multiple days in a row. I think I get it now. The South Pole's going to stay daytime and the North Pole nighttime, and where we live, we move in and out of the sun, so we get both. But we're in the sun less time than the places down south. Haley then added, I just wish they would switch. It's still not fair. If we lived in the southern hemisphere, far down south, since right now it's winter, they're the ones that are getting longer winter days. Said Mom. You know, I think there's one thing you're missing. Do you see how the sun isn't just above the southern hemisphere right now, but also physically closer to the south because of the tilt of the earth? Do you think being closer and farther to the sun might change anything? Well, if the south is closer, then it's probably warmer right now. Our hemisphere is farther away, and right now it's winter. Oh, so even though it's winter at home, in the southern hemisphere, is it summertime? That's right, dear. The length of the days and the season we're in are caused by the same thing. So summer always must have longer days, and winter always has to have longer nights. Haley felt proud of herself for figuring that out. It was wild that it could be winter and summer at the same time on Earth, but now she understood why. She closed her eyes, content with the field trip her mom had suddenly taken her on. She felt sleepy, heavier. It seemed like if she opened her eyes, it would be annoyingly bright out. Then she heard her mom's voice. Good morning, sunshine. Haley found herself in her normal bed, in her normal room. Get up. I want to show you something. She followed her mom to the family computer in the living room. Look, said Haley's mom, still wearing her normal pajamas. This website lets you see the earth and the sun, and you can rotate them and move them and see how the length of day and night and even the seasons are affected. That's cool, Mom. Thanks for showing me. To be honest, though, I think you've already explained it pretty well. I'm going to go make the most of my snow day now. The end.